I cooked one portion and ate it while my husband's family watched, so I need to explain how we got here, because if you just walked in on that dinner you'd think I was insane. And honestly, maybe I looked insane. But there's a whole year behind that plate. My husband's family visits every couple of months. His mom, his dad, his younger sister, and his brother and the brother's wife. 6 people, plus me and Mark. And every single time without fail, I cook. Not help cook. Start to finish. Shopping, prep, 3 hours at the stove, plating, and then the cleanup after while they sit in the living room laughing. The first few times I didn't mind. That's what you do, right? You want them to like you. His mom, Diane, would take a bite and go, "Oh, it's fine," in this little voice, and then not eat much, and I'd spend the rest of the night wondering what I did wrong. By the 3rd visit, I noticed the pattern. Diane never said thank you. Not once. She'd say things like, "My son used to be so thin before he got married," while I was literally handing her a plate of food I made. His sister, Kayla, would push things around with her fork and ask, "Is this like from a box?" It was not from a box. Nothing was ever from a box. I brought it up to Mark. I said, "Your family doesn't seem to like anything I make." And he said, "That's just how they are, don't take it personal," which is the sentence I have heard more than "I love you" in this marriage. So the last visit before this one, I tried harder. I made short ribs. They take all day. I got up at 7 a.m. I did the whole thing. And Diane took 2 bites, set her fork down, and said, "We actually already ate. We stopped on the way." They'd gone to a restaurant. Before coming to the dinner I'd been cooking since morning. Nobody told me. They just watched me plate 7 servings of food and then informed me it was decorative. I cleaned it up. I put it all in containers. I didn't say anything because I'm a coward apparently. Then this visit got scheduled. And Mark, 3 days before, goes, "Mom asked if you're doing the short ribs again." Asked. Like she has a standing order at a restaurant she's never tipped at. Something in me just clicked off. Very quiet. Very calm. The day they came, I made 1 portion. 1. A single chicken breast, some roasted potatoes, a little pile of green beans. Plated beautifully, I'll give myself that. And at 7 p.m. when everyone sat down at the table, there was 1 plate. Mine. In front of my seat, Diane looked at the table. She looked at me. She said, "Where's dinner?" And I said, "This is dinner." And I picked up my fork. You could hear the clock. Kayla laughed, that nervous laugh, and went, "Wait, are you serious?" And I said, because my mouth was full, and it was really good actually. Diane turned to Mark. "Is this a joke?" And Mark, God love him, he finally read the room, didn't say anything. He just looked at his mother. His dad said, "So there's no food?" And I said, "There's plenty of food, it's at restaurants. You seem to prefer those. I hear you stop on the way." Diane's whole face went tight. "I don't know what you think you're proving." I put my fork down. I said, "You've eaten in my home maybe 6 times. You have never once said thank you. Last time you let me cook all day and then told me you'd already eaten. So no, Diane, I'm not cooking for people who don't want it. But please, sit. Keep me company while I eat." Nobody sat. Kayla goes, "This is so rude, oh my god." And I said, "Yeah, it really is. I learned it here." They stood in my dining room in a little cluster like I'd pulled a weapon. Diane grabbed her purse. She said, "Mark, we are leaving." And Mark said, "And this is the part I'll keep forever. Okay, drive safe." Not let me talk to her. Not wait, just drive safe. Diane looked at him like he'd slapped her. The whole group filed out. The door did that soft expensive click it does. And it was just us and 1 plate. Mark sat down across from me. He looked at the chicken. He said, "Is there more of that?" And I said, "For you, always." His mother has texted him 9 times since. He hasn't opened them.